Good morning, Magic. I'm Gavin Verhey from Wizards of the Coast, and happy Innistrad Crimson Vow pre-release weekend. Hope you all have a blast out there playing in the pre-release. Today we're going to open up some collector boosters. I'm super excited. These have the shiniest, most cool treatments in the set, all the awesome frames. There's the Dracula cards in these packs. Yeah, it's going to be a blast. I cannot wait to see what good stuff we crack. So, without any further ado, let's get this thing wide open. Now, if you've never joined me for one of these openings before, I kind of tell some stories about some of the cards. I keep a pretty good pace throughout. I've kind of like find that telling stories and every now and then is good, and not to go too slowly. So we'll see if I hit the right pace today. You can let me know in the comments down below what you think about that. And first and foremost, get this box topper on top, featuring one of the Dracula cards from the set. What are we gonna get? Ooh, a bit of mystery here. All right, here it is. We've got Van Helsing's Holy Ward, or Circle of Confinement. So this is the an Oblivion Ring variant for the set, basically. Cool. Looks really nice. The foil on that is pretty cool. It goes all the way to the edge, right? You get it in borderless here, or extended art, excuse me. Nice. All right. So there is our extended art box topper card. Now let's get into... oh, right. I forgot. Oh, my gosh. I can't believe I forgot. We actually get two. You get two box toppers in a collector booster. All the better. Man. What, just double awesome. All right. One more here. One more for a bit of excitement. And then the other one we get... Hey, there he is. The man himself. The vampire. Count Dracula has shown up. Ooh. Alternate Sorin, foil, extended art. Yeah, I'm not going to complain about this. That's pretty solid. That is a decent way to open with the box. What better thing to crack right away than Count Dracula? I feel like I totally got faked out because I forgot there was the second one. I was like, well, Van Helsing's Holy Ward, whatever, it's fine. It's a neat Oblivion Ring variant at uncommon, sure, or Journey to Nowhere variant, or, whatever. But I was like, okay, cool, we'll get into the box now. And then to crack this open right here. Oh, that's great. Sweet. All right, well, this will hopefully bode very well for us. If the first thing we get before we open up any of the actual boosters are these, is this borderless, extended art Count Dracula. That is great. That's going to be our mascot today. All right. Without further ado, though, we got 12 collector boosters to get through. Let's crack them open and see what we find. And I'll kind of walk through what you get in one of these as we do. I've never opened one up for Crimson Vow before, too, so it'll be pretty exciting for me to see what kind of cool stuff we get. All right, so you're going to get some foils at the very front. You're going to end up with 2 foil uncommons and 4 foil commons. So here are 4 foil commons. Got a mulch there. This can include the double face cards. There's our Drug Skull Infantry, which is a DFC here. We got our 2 uncommons. Looks like we got Crawling Infestation and Blood Sworn Squire. We get some of the foil Eternal Nightlands. Wow, 1 per pack. That looks so good. Oh man, I love the foiling on these black and white inspired lands. Great piece here too by Daria. It really brings it to life. Look at how the moon is foil right there. That's great. We also get a foil rare here. Here's Dreadfast Demon. Pretty cool. We get an extended art card from the Commander decks, or one of the Commander aligned cards. Anyway, so this could be one of the special collector booster cards, or collector set booster cards, or one of the cards you find in the Commander deck. So here's Crossway Troublemakers and all their troublemaking glory. In extended art. You get an extended art card from the main set. That's a rare or mythic. So here's Howling Moon. Howl! Good for some werewolf stuff. You get a showcase common or uncommon. So here's Wedding Security in the Fang frame. So there's both the Eternal Night frame, which is like the black and white inspired frame for Legends. And then the vampires all get this Fang treatment. You can see the fangs here in the corner. Then you have a spot for either a Dracula uncommon or another showcase card. So it looks like we got another Fang showcase card here in Blood Crazed Socialite. Oops. Oh no. Oh no. I spoiled myself. So in the next slot, you get a Dracula, Showcase, or Borderless Rare Mythic. And here we open up a Dracula one, actually. So there is Dr. John Seward himself, Torrens, Fist of the Angels. That's pretty cool. And then behind it, there it is, Lucy Westera. This is one of the uncommon Dracula cards here. Oh, once again, the foil on the extended art here is great. This is the Innocent Traveler, so Lucy on one side, and the vampire version on the other. Then you get a foil extended art rare mythic. Check this out, Splendid Reclamation. That is going to be rad for Commander. Oh, that's great. Featuring Ren and 7 here in the artwork, too. Good stuff. Nice. And then at the back, you get your foil token. So, double-sided token. Insect on one side for this guy, and Wolf on the other side. So there's a walkthrough of what you find in a collector booster pack. Now let's go through. We'll go through a little more briskly here, and see what good stuff we find. The way I was thinking about collector boosters is there's a lot of slots that could have a lot of potential roles, but really what you're doing is just getting a bunch of sweet stuff, right? You crack open a pack, and you're like, oh, there's a bunch of cool stuff here. Get a bunch of foils, right? Get some alternative treatments. Get these, get awesome basic lands. Oh man. I just feel like every time I get to one of these lands, we want to shift it. When we were working on the set, we really wanted to bring out like that gothic horror feel, and something black and white inspired was such a great way to do that. Got Howlpack Piper, a riff on Elvish Piper here, which is a popular card. Elvish Piper also has a cool flip side in the Wild Song Howler. It's cool that we find new ways to riff on these older cards, and this is one that you want to kind of go back and forth on. Sort of reminiscent of, what's the 2-drop? I'm blanking out off the top of my head, but the 2-mana 2/2 that Duskwatch Recruiter. There it is. There's Hellback Viper foil. Camber the Plunderer. You get one of the partners here. Oh, I hope we open up Lorien, because otherwise they're gonna be so alone in the extended art. Gotta get them both. We'll see if we crack the other one here in this box. But here it is, Camber the Plunderer. I know there was some discussion online about the abilities on this card, because we accidentally showed off an incorrect version of the file, but both versions that you find both in booster packs and in collector boosters will have this text on it. There's a popular thing on Reddit for a day. Oh, extended art Alchemist Gambit. A lot of chatter about this card right now and extra turns. We'll see how that all plays out. I think there's a lot of ill feelings toward extra turns right now, given Alrund's Epiphany in Standard, plus off the heels of Nexus of Fate. We'll see how much of an impact Alchemist Gambit has, though. The two birds are really relevant off Alrund's Epiphany. There's some Fang Falconer Celebrants, Fang Blood Hypnotist. Hey, here's another Dracula in Dracula Lord of Blood, who transforms, by the way. So we get Dracula Lord of Blood on one side and Dracula Lord of Bats on the other. Seeing actual Dracula here is so cool. Bloodline Keeper was originally called Dracula all the way in the first Innistrad, so we've been trying to replicate it for ages. And to finally get to do the real thing here is super cool. There's a Gluttonous Guest. And we round it out in the back with, oh, yes, foil Showcase Stormcarved Coast. Baby, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, man, that Lightning Bolt looks so good. This is the one I was actually hoping to pull in foil, because A, I play a lot of blue-red decks, and B, I thought the art would look crazy good. And it totally does. Oh, I love it. That is sweet. I know Wolf Zombie. Ooh, it's actually nice. Get the stained glass foiling in there. It's a nice Zombo. All right, on to the next booster here. Yeah, whenever there's like stained glass on a piece of artwork, I'm always just get exciting for the foilings. I know it'll look awesome. All right, we have a great team at Wizards that does the foils. Foil Hero's Downfall. That's a cool big uncommon downshift here. Part of the reason for doing it, by the way, was one, just it need to do downshift sometimes with cards players like, but also just for limited, right? Because in limited, most of the time it's going to just kill off a creature, but it gives more outs to planeswalkers, which is something that we often get asked for. Like, oh man, planeswalkers seem unbeatable. Well, we saw Grim Bounty or whatever in AFR, which kills off a creature or planeswalker for 4 mana. We can make a pretty aggressive uncommon one here. And Hero's Downfall was just the card to make. Here's the same planes again. Still looking awesome. Thanks, Daria. Winged Portent here in foil. A lot of discussion online around if this should have been a white-blue card as opposed to a green-blue card. I think this is kind of coming from the green-blue history of cards like Biomantic Mastery, things like that, Shaman's Revelation. Unclear if that's really the right thing to have done, though. So I think that's a ongoing discussion. It could have definitely had potential for a cool blue-white card. So maybe someday we'll have to make something like that. Haunting Imitation, cool. Yeah, I know a lot of discussion around these 1/1 versions of cards that are spirits in addition to their other types. How do you mark them? I recommend using counters, but I'm sure if you wanted to be really crafty, you can make a cool overlay. That was like, this is a 1/1. Someone will probably have a sweet version on Reddit in the next few weeks, given how crafty everyone tends to be. But yeah, I think in playtesting we just mostly use counters or put them upside down, things like that. Ooh, Extended Art Demonic Bargain. Love that piece by Sam. Exile your top 13 cards and go find anything. Great tutor. Got to showcase Blood Petal Celebrant. Go, Kinsey Harker. The Relusive Taxidermist themselves. Nice. It's really cool to me seeing the flavor text taken right from Dracula here. Which is a neat touch on these cards. We got Kinsey, and then we got... Ooh, Anya, Maid of Dishonor in the Fang frame. One of the things that I love is when we introduce someone in a commander deck and then we see them later on down the road. There's a lot of characters I want to get back to. I know that like a Minotaur, for example, is a very popular request. Got some ideas for her. But anyway, this is a character that showed up first in the Black-Red Madness commander deck. So to see it now in Innistrad proper is a pretty cool way of setting her up. Got a foil belligerent guest. And then a foil extended art Kessig Wolf Rider here. Nice 1-drop for sure. See how much play this one ends up seeing. Then we got a spirit token plus insect here at the very back. The barrier for 1-drop seeing play is just so low, right? I mean, it's a 1-drop creature that can make a bunch of tokens later on in the game. There's potential for it for sure. Something I think a lot of the best red players are good at, and the best red decks do, is find ways to eke advantage out of their cards. Like Grim Lavamancer and the like. I remember watching Patrick Sullivan just activate Spike Shot Elder. Just didn't cast spells, just kept activating Spike Shot Elder because he's just like, gotta eke out all my damage where I can. All right, going in here. Oh, this one's great. Love the shipwreck vibe here. Oh, Elena, you're killed it as usual. What an amazing artist. So talented. So talented. All right, we got this Foil Investigator's Journal. A lot of excitement around this card, too. A cool callback to Shadows over Innistrad as well. Doom Weaver. Doom. So for the commander decks and the commander cards that we made for this set, one of the things we were trying to do was really play into the wedding theme. So you've got some partners, as we saw. You got Soul Bond also as a returning mechanic, which both appeared on Innistrad originally in Avacyn Restored, so it's a great fit there. But also, the wedding theme, Soul Bond, etc. It makes a lot of sense. Hope you are excited to marry this spider horror. They'll have a great relationship together. Oh, wedding announcement in Borderless. Excuse me, extended art. Wedding announcement here, and then wedding festivity on the other side. Little glorious anthem action for you. Another gluttonous guest. So many gluttonous guests. Or maybe you prefer to tag yourself. Are you the gluttonous guest or the belligerent guest? Choose wisely. We've got Mina Harker. Oh, Thalia. This is maybe one of the ones I'm most excited to open. I love Thalia. It's a card that I love. Super happy to have her back in Standard. Usually, like from a design perspective, we feel like if Thalia is around, it just really helps curtail a lot of the frustrating stuff players can do. It's almost always just a positive add into a format, Like it's a pretty fair hate bear. It's going to stop spell shenanigans. It's a card players really like. And then have this cool Dracula version as Mina. Makes me really happy. So that's sweet. And then there's the Unholy Officiant. Little 1-mana Vampire Cleric. And a foil extended art Dying to Serve, which is going to make a lot of zombie tokens. They're not decayed this time around. They're the real deal. We get a vampire with lifelink at the back end, and then a blood token. I've got a video coming out. It'll probably be out next week. I've put it on ice while I open up all these because I want to do the booster openings while I can, talking about the history of blood tokens. and how this kind of came to be, and history of, like, you know, between treasure and food and clues and all the different kinds of artifact tokens we've made. So stay tuned for that. Probably coming out next week, maybe the week after. I also got some of the more episodes with Melissa. I got a lot of questions about that. We got one in the can, but they just take a while to edit, so it'll be out soon, though. Gotta kind of get through. Hopefully I'll get that one out to you next week. What would you rather see? You can let me know in the comments. Would you rather see an episode all about blood and how it came to be, or the next Commander Chronicles with Melissa next week? If you were to choose one of them, let me know in the comments down below. Here's another Elena piece, another standout Elena piece, of course. Just killing it. And there's a piece I saw recently she did in a future product I was working on. Well, I can't really tell you anything more interesting than that, but it was gorgeous. A lot of my game design stories are pretty boring about future stuff, because it's like, oh man, I saw this thing that's going to be, well, I can't tell you anything about it, but just trust me, it's going to be great. All right, foil Gerolf. Yeah, this card had a lot of discussion internally, because there's a lot of talk around mono blue zombie lord. Is that interesting? Will people actually try building this commander deck? Or is it just going to be a 99er, which is kind of our way of just saying, is it going to show up in the 99 of blue-black zombie decks forever? My hope is some folks actually do try playing the mono blue zombie deck. We'll see how it plays out. I think it'll show up in a lot of 99s, but maybe it can go beyond just being 99er. Mirage, Phalanx. Oh my gosh, I just had a video where I looked this up. Phalanx? Oh, I already forgot it. I'm so embarrassed. Phalanx. Phalanx. I always miss this word. Literally, I had to look it up in one of my last videos. Well, anyway, regardless of what it is, it's got Soul Bond. Phalanx. All right, we got to move on. Otherwise, I'm going to just keep mispronouncing this name. Patchwork Crawler in extended art here. Nice cheap zombie horror. Kind of disturbing artwork. Great work, Fezbra. I feel this one in my internal goo. Ugh. Falcon Wrath Celebrants, making some more blood tokens. Oh, the mysterious blood illness. Yes. One of my favorite card names here in the Vampire series. What is it? Oh, it's a mysterious blood illness. What does it do? Deal 2 damage. Huh. All right. I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. Ooh, Eternal Knight. Here's an Eternal Knight Runo Stromkirk. So, Runo is kind of an oddity in that he has both a Fang frame version, I believe, and also this Eternal Knight one. I have to double check on that to be 100% sure, but I think he gets both of them, which is pretty cool. Because we've wanted to do a Runo card for a very long time, in fact. We tried making him in Shadows over Innistrad, and didn't quite make it there. But I'm glad we're finally able to do it here. I also tried it in a bunch of Commander decks, but Runo finally got his day. Sea Monster Loving Day. Turns into Crothis. It's pretty awesome. Behind it, we got a foil Blood Petal Celebrant. And to round it out, ooh, Hamlet Vanguard. Foil extended art. Let me get our zombie. A double zombie. Oh, yeah, you get your blue Star Gerolf zombie, plus this 2/2 zombie. All right. Let's see what's going on here. Thanks for everyone who's out there watching. It's probably about the halfway point for boosters. All right, go through these commons and uncommons. The Braid, by the way, super excited to have this one back at common. Another card that's kind of just eminently fair. So kill off a creature, destroy an artifact, usually does pretty fair things. I'm a big fan of putting cards into standard that are just like, yeah, it only basically helps fair things be okay, right? It's either going to deal some damage to a creature or deal with probably a frustrating artifact. So I'm all about it. Here's the swamp for this one by artist. Who's this artist? Oh, well, we got to zoom it a little bit differently. Oh, it's a little artist by the name of Pig Hands. Whenever I saw this, I would just start cracking up. I mean, it's a great artist name, right? It's very memorable. But art by Pig Hands. So add that to your roster of artists. Whoa, yes. Chandra is dressed to kill. Here's foil Chandra dressed to kill. That is awesome. Whew. I love the borderless art on Chandra, but I will happily settle for a normal version of it here in foil. That's grand. Love it. 3 mana Chandra. Really excited to see what this one does. In a mono red or mostly red deck, you kind of just go up a card every turn on it. So Whew, that's sweet. Umbrous Fear Manifest. This is a new blue-black nightmare and horror legend. Excited to see folks build with this one, see what they can do. It's really hard to mill opponents out in Commander, so we kind of have to give it a little bit of juice. Or, make a creature big itself if you're going to be doing it. Good friends with Ashiok, given that it's a nightmare. Faithbound Judge is here, yeah, in extended art. This is one that's gotten a lot of chatter, right? Because, what does it do on this side? Oh, okay, cool. It's got some defending stuff. It's kind of big. Trades off with something. Neat, maybe it can attack eventually. Disturb. What does the disturb side do? Oh, well, oops. No, don't worry. Just a few turns from now, they'll just lose the game. That's all. Just don't worry about it. They'll lose the game. It'll be okay. This is a design that I know a lot of us got to the second part of when reading it. We're like, wait, what? That's not what I expected at all. So, pretty cool one. Got a nice Fang Blood Tithe Harvester. Another Gluttonous Guest. So many Gluttonous Guests. Abraham Van Helsing is here. Cosplaying as the Savior of Olenbach. Or maybe it's Savior of Olenbach cosplaying as Abraham Van Helsing. Who's to say? But it is a mythic rare Dracula card. So no matter what you're saying, that's pretty awesome. Great way to train up. Deal with stuff in graveyards. Get cards back. Yeah, this card's pretty sweet. I love little white creatures that bring more stuff back as a form of card advantage. We're trying to give white more card advantage, and this is a way you can do it, like reanimating stuff. So, train up and reanimate back a bunch of cool things. Got a foil borderless Unholy Officiant, and then Anya, Maid of Dishonor, foil and Fang Frame. Well, the last line we opened up was nice, but I'll take this foil borderless one, or not foil Fang one, excuse me. That's sweet. Great for helming a blood commander deck, perhaps. It does hit each opponent, so there you go. So those stats are nothing to shake a stick at either. 4 mana, 4/5 is pretty burly. We got a treasure. I love that treasure here is an eyeball. That's pretty cool. And then this copy token. Love that we started doing these copy tokens, by the way. I am a big fan of copy tokens. Especially in Commander, there's almost always something that needs to get copied somewhere. Or worst case, you put it underneath another token to represent you made 2 of them, right? So it's like, oh, I'm missing all the right tokens. Well, that'll get the job done. Vampire's Kiss. Wonderful. All right, Soul Cipher board, and then here we are, Into the Forest. Indra with this cool Eternal Night piece here. Patchwork Crawler. Hey, it's another one. Still makes me feel weird inside. But you know what? I'm sure he feels, or he, she, they feel stranger inside than I do. So I'll let it slide for the Patchwork Crawler. Ethereal Investigator. This is a card I like a lot. I really like it when we were able to play up the investigation theme. It's just a small thing here in this take on Innistrad, but huge fan of investigating clues. I want to do more of it very badly. I hope, personally, just for Gavin, I'm not speaking for all of game design, just for me, I would love to make clues evergreen. I think they're pretty fun. Plus, every plane's got a bit of mystery, so yeah, anytime we investigate is great. The Creepy Puppeteer just says what it is right there. I'm sure it's fine. It's a Creepy Puppeteer. Alluring Suitor. This is for the kind of a good card if you're attacking with exactly 2 creatures, because you get to get the Deadly Dancer out of it. The Red-White Limited Archetype. I know, obviously, Collector Booster's not for Limited, but the Red-White Limited Archetype is 2 things attacking. Well, this card, man, when it flips, is really strong, so you might be able to do something with this in a Constructed Vampire deck, too. Who's to say? Bloodsworn Squire and the Fang Frame here. Who's Bloodsworn Knight on the other side. Jonathan Harker, dressed up as a Jacob Hauken Inspector. This is a card that you read the front side and you're like, wow, that's pretty great. It's a looter already. I remember seeing Jace Vryn's Prodigy, right, which was a looter on the front side, then turned into something else on the back side that was pretty sweet. Well, then you get to the back side, and you're like, okay, I get to get a free card exiled every turn. I can cast it. Wait, I can cast it without paying its mana cost. Holy smokes. So a lot of strong potential on this card. I was talking with my friend Natalie recently, and she thinks this might be cubable, potentially even, as a 2-mana creature that loots and then turns into just like free Spellapalooza in the long game. So we'll see if it gets there, but it's a really exciting card, and I'd love to have this Harker's Obsessive Inquiry Hawkins Insight version of it too for that cube. Belligerent Guest is here. And a foil wedding announcement. Good news, everyone. Come to the wedding. Have a good time. And the Spirit Cleric Insect back here. All right, we got 5 more packs total. So I guess now we're at under the halfway point. Probably jumped the gun a little bit earlier when I said that. Oh no! Come on, you've been so good opening up packs, Gavin. Don't fail the viewers now. Maybe there's not watching anymore, and they won't notice that you took for you're a professional Magic designer. You can't open a booster pack something. All right, here we go. We got Bleed Dry. I love the slug on Massive Might. That's something that made me smile. I love when even the commons and uncommons just have art or something that makes you smile. I think it's pretty cool. All right, there's the Elena Mountain. Headless Rider. This is a great card for getting ahead. Ha 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 ha. Yep, just me laughing at that one, I'm sure. Timothar, the Baron of Bats, is here. The mythic rare Vampire Noble, cool legend for your vampire deck. Playing with classic vampire tropes, something we definitely wanted to try and do here in Crimson Vow, just because it's a vampire set. There's gonna be stuff going on in Innistrad we want to represent for sure. But what are like classic vampire tropes we could also hit up? And this was such a natural one to do, right? The turning into a bat. We've seen it before in things like Sengir and Nosferatu, but it's a really good fit for this card. Just your stuff can turn into bats. If it dies, exile it, comes back as a bat, and then not to mention you get the ETB trigger on the way back too. So maybe in some kind of black ETB deck, this could be a pretty cool card. Got an extended art Sigarda Summons. This is a card I know we talked about a lot internally to try and get the rate right on. Talked about mana cost. What would the right cost for that be? Should what type should they be, etc. It's pretty. I think this card's gonna be pretty sweet and limited. Keep in mind that when they have the counters on them, it still goes above the 4/4, so base power toughness 4/4 will be adjusted by the +1/+1 counter. So it's like basically minimum 5/5, and will only be bigger 6/6, 7/7, etc. So play this in a training deck and totally crush your opponents. And then for Commander, of course, we tested this card a decent amount there too. Talked about it a lot. Got Unholy Officiant again. Search the Count's Castle. Oh man, nice. It's a Thirst for Discovery variant. Compulsive Research, one of my faves, so this riff on that is a card I'm very excited about having around. Probably will see some standard play, would not be surprised if it did. Might as well have this Dracula version for it too. Olivia's Attendance. Making a bunch of blood tokens. Man, 6 blood tokens whenever it deals damage. That's huge. It's so much blood. Blood Petal Celebrant. Oof. Nice. We got a Fang Blood Vial Purveyor. Whenever opponent casts a spell, you get a blood token. So really nice in multiplayer, like Commander. Because it's going to get huge really fast. Your opponent's going to cast a lot of spells. They're going to make a lot of blood. And then this thing's going to get very, very big. And in Commander, giving them blood is good for them. But this is going to scale up so large, right? You can play this on turn 4. And it'll probably be able to attack for 9 or 10 points of damage on your subsequent turn. It's a fine reason to give out some blood. Or play it in a group hug deck. Your choice. Although not a lot of black group hug decks out there. It is the color that Kyrnos and Tiro Miletus are not. Come on. You can open a booster pack, Gavin. There we go. Okay. Got our commons and uncommons here. More slugs. Hello, Massive Might. If anyone out there is afraid of slugs, I apologize for that card existing. Daria Mountain. Looking good. Another creepy puppeteer. So creepy. In foil this time. Hollowhenge Overlord, the Commander deck card. Makes you a ton of werewolves. So many werewolves. Or I guess makes a ton of wolves, rather. But, good in a wolf deck. Makes you a ton of werewolves. Or werewolf deck to make you a ton of wolves. That's what I should have said. Anyway, you know what I mean. Moving on. We got, Voldaren Estate. Lands are always great to have around because, these will get played in a lot of decks. This is, it's a land kind of free value on it, right? In a 2-color deck, it's pretty easy to have this just make a bunch of blood for you in the long game, even if you don't have any vampires in your deck. So, blood is deceptively strong. Like, looting away those lands can just turn into free cards in the long game. So, I wouldn't be surprised if that saw some standard play, and definitely in vampire decks. It's such a great fit there. Got some Skulking Killers. Ooh, I love the little maze artwork on this one. It's pretty cool style. Good work, Carl. Renfield, as showing up as Ruth, the Tormented Prophet. This is a card I know I'm stoked to build with. 3 mana, 2/4. If you would draw a card to exile your top 2 cards, you can play them this turn. So all your draws become temporary draws, but you can probably go off with this card pretty easily if you build your deck around it. So, I mean, in Storm, right, any kind of Storm deck, it's going to turn every card draw into 2 card draws for that turn, and usually don't plan on giving them another turn after that. So, just a thought. Not that I'd try and Storm combo anyone in Commander. No, I would never do that. Of course. Of course. Blood Hypnotist is here. And then Henrika Dumnathi. In the Fang frame, too. Yeah, this one's pretty sweet. It's like a build your own Vampire Nighthawk ++ sort of thing. It costs 1 more mana, but you get to choose one. You can either flip her right away, which is cool, or get some of her other effects out too. Usually going to draw a card and lose a life on the first turn, I think, but on the backside you get Henrika, Infernal Seer. Cool. Pretty sweet one. And then Wolf on one side, another Wolf on the other side. So many wolves. What we've been trying to do, so Henrika, and you see this maybe a little bit with Gerolf too. These are cards that you can build commander decks around. They're legends. They give you maybe an interesting hook if you love the card. But they're also just really strong in the 99. They're a fine card to play in the 99. And given how many legends we're making, we're not aiming to have them all be like, oh my gosh, this is going to be an amazing commander. Some of them are just like, oh yeah, maybe it'll tickle some people as a commander, which is cool. And then it'll show up in the 99s of a lot of other decks. Do you all enjoy that? Having some legends that are just like, yeah, it's an okay commander. It's not like a must-play commander, or that's not the right way of putting it. But it's not like I have to build around it to make it my commander. Just like, oh yeah, this is a fine card. You can just jam it as your commander. It's not going to outmode anything. But you can also put it in your 99 just fine. So it kind of gives commander players another option without being like a high-level commander potentially. Curious what you think about that kind of design direction. All right, we got a Daria Mountain here again. Probably explained that thing about Commander poorly. Basically, what we're trying to get at is we're making more legends with every set. We don't want all of them to be like, mind-blowing, front-facing, like, gotta build around this cards. Or niche or something like that. Some of them could just be like, oh, it's a cool card, it's legendary. It doesn't necessarily inspire a deck for a lot of people. Might inspire it for a few, and it can go in your 99 if you want to. Play it in your 99 of a deck. So yeah, curious what you think about that. Let me know in the comments. Here's a Blood Vial Purveyor, another one, not in the Fang frame this time around though. We got Breathkeeper Seraph, a Soul Bond card. Seeing us an angel with Soul Bonds is a really nice throwback to Avacyn Restored here. Dying to Serve, another one of these in extended art. Unholy Officiant. So many. I'm not sure if I've got more Gluttonous Guests or Unholy Officiants, but a lot of them. There's another Van Helsing's Holy Ward, though not in foil. You only get the foils in, in collector boosters, I guess, which is and the box topper. So I guess that's actually not that helpful to say, but because we're opening them up right now. But we'll see if we get a cool foil here in a second. But another one of these, so that's cool. We got Dominating Vampire in the Fang frame. And there's a foil Dracula card. Search the Count's Castle, which is masquerading thirst for discovery. Oh, nice. Another Dracula. We're trying to get them all here. Here's Dracula Blood Immortal in foil borderless. Awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Falconwrath Forebear. One thing that you might notice on the Dracula cards is how their rules of the game work. We write the actual card's name in the rules text. So for Falconwrath Forebear is the real name of this card, so we have its in the rules text down here. Do you like that or dislike that? Would you like us to change that? Let me know in the comments down below. We got a wolf and a human here. I'm sure it's going to be fine. This human is going to be okay. I'm sure of it. I'm not that sure of it. All right. Going on to the next pack. Oh, it's another one of those humans at the back. All right. Commons and uncommons. Foil Wandering Mind. That's kind of a cool foil. This is a card I know is already showing up in some folks' early standard decks for the format. Got the Swamp by Pig Hands again. Shout out to Pig Hands. Some people have Diamond Hands. Pig Hands sounds pretty sweet. There's another Henrika Domnathi. And then Midnight Arsonist. Destroy X artifacts without mana abilities or X the number of vampires you control. Pretty cool for your Vampire Commander deck. A lot of frustrating artifacts out there you can blow up. This will just hit them all. We got Splendid Reclamation in extended art again. Nice. The Restless Bloodseeker. Another Mysterious Blood Illness. So mysterious, that Blood Illness. Oh, baby. It's we got a Fang Edgar, the Charmed Groom. A lot of talk around this card, both internally when we were making it, trying to get it right. And I know now, Edgar Markov, of course, has a huge pedigree to live up to, given his Commander card. Question I've gotten from a lot of folks, did we make this Edgar Markov card more narrow as to pay the price for the original Edgar Markov being so strong? And the answer is no, not at all. Not I think that was remotely considered. In fact, the reason why we use Edgar here in part is because he is such a beloved character from Commander. I can't speak to the design of this super much because it was not done by the main set team, which I was not on. Yeah, that was definitely not a goal there at all. Bloodsworn Squire. And then, foil, extended art, Curse of Hospitality. Get some of their cards. Play their cards instead. Your cards, they're fine. Playing their cards, all the sweeter. Let me get this Vampire Human at the back. Last booster pack here. Last collector booster for Innistrad Crimson Vow. See what we find. We've got some commons and uncommons to start. Then we got this Island by Rio. Oh, another. Man, these are just so stunning. It's going to go really good with stuff from Double Feature as well. Can't wait to get the hands on that set. Foil Wedding Announcement. Lorene, we did it! Oh, Lorene! Perfect. Now Camber doesn't have to be lonely. We got I gotta pull it out. All the way back at the very beginning, right? Was that our first pack? We opened up Camber. I think that might have been our first pack. First, second pack. I just want to put them together. They just deserve it, Although if it takes too long, I'm not going to, because they deserve it, but they don't deserve it that much. There we go. Second pack, maybe. Look at this. Look at the cute couple. That makes me so happy. Just together in the same booster box. It feels right. And yeah, goading. Doing goad. Goad is really fun in Commander, so pretty happy doing more goad. I should probably make a video about that at some point. I'll talk about goad. A lot of good stuff to dig into there. But we must move on for today. Cemetery Prowler is here. Part of this kind of rare cycle where you make things cost one less based on, where you exile stuff, rather, is the thing that unites them. Here's the Prowler here. Got Blood Petal Celebrant. Markov Waltzer. May I have this dance? Dracula Blood Immortal again. Well on my way to having a playset of a Dracula Falconwrath Forebears, so that's kind of cool. Foil Blood Crazed Socialite, and to round it out at the very back, we get Patchwork Crawler. We've got it in so many versions. No matter what you want this card, we got it for you. There it is, foil, extended art, Patchwork Crawler, making me feel things. Once again, a slug also makes me feel things. Ugh. And then this insect. Well, there it is. There is our box. Innistrad Crimson Vow Collector Booster Box. Let me know what your thoughts in the comments down below. If you made it here to the end, I always love when people kind of share that they made it all the way. So, I'll give you a code word. The code word for all of you to use out there is Falconwrath. See if you can get that into your comment down below somewhere. Hide a little word Falconwrath in there. Let me know as the code to me that you made it all the way to the end. And thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this collector booster box opening. And I will talk with you again soon. In the meantime, though, may you have a lot of fun with Innistrad's finest. You got this.